Hey, it's Kyle here, and I'm excited to review the newest episode of Ahsoka, Far, Far Away. Before I get started, while this review is being filmed, the writers and actor strike is still going on, and obviously this show would not be possible without the amazing work of both those groups. So for more information on the strike, check out the description box below. I also apologize for this review being a little bit later than I normally do for my reactions, but I was on vacation this week, and I didn't really feel like filming a review in the hotel room. And then got busy with work when I got back. So that's why the review's a few days later than I normally do for the Star Wars series. So thank you for being patient. And also, if you haven't seen the episode yet, please watch it before you watch this review because it will include spoilers. But boy, I'm excited to talk about Far, Far Away. Really loved it. I'm just going to get to the main thing I want to talk about first. As you can tell probably by my background, and if you've watched this channel for a while, I'm a huge Thrawn fan. So excited to see Thrawn debut live action. I was actually surprised he made it as early in the show, this episode as he did. I actually thought it was going to be kind of like a end of the episode reveal for this one. So that he was early on the episode, we got a lot of Thrawn, made me very, very happy. I loved the introduction of this new planet, this new galaxy. I was not expecting the Night Sisters. Was not expecting to find out the Night Sisters actually from this galaxy. This is their home world, and they initially were the first ones who learned to ride the Purgle, at least by Morgan's claims. The Night Sisters we meet on this planet. Absolutely loved them. They nailed the character costumes, makeup, all that stuff. The vibe, very, very cool. Loved it. And then very quickly after that, we get the Thrawn debut. So first off, the Chimera. Love the ship design that it's showing so much damage, and you can visibly see the repairs they made. You can also see engines have been are no longer working on the ship. It's not at full functioning power, which I'm really glad they did, because if it showed the ship and it was just like a little damage, or you couldn't tell any damage at all, it's like, really? So I'm glad they went this round, showing like, hey, this ship has went through some rough times, and it's still hanging in there. And in the same line, when they debut the Night Troopers, their armor showing too much wear and tear, being repaired, I thought was an awesome style choice. I'm already really excited about going to Dragon Con next year and seeing all the Night Trooper cosplays. I think they'll be really, really cool. The Enoch costume design with a gold mask on the Stormtrooper armor, absolutely amazing. This honestly one of my favorite character designs I've seen in Star Wars in a long time. I'm really excited to see more with Enoch in this series, just based on the costume design. Really, really awesome. I know since I'm filming this review a few days later, I've actually had a chance to watch a few other people's reviews and reactions. And I've seen some speculation that people are thinking these troopers are actually dead and they've been reanimated by Night Sister magic. I'm not sure if I buy into that theory. Honestly, I did not even think about that when I was watching the episode myself. But I can see where people are going down that road. So it wouldn't completely shock me if that turns out to be the case. I'm more buying into the theory that all the cargo that Thrawn is loading into the ship is actually deceased Night Sisters, and those will be reanimated perhaps once we get back to the Star Wars galaxy. So I'm not sure if they would go or reanimating Night Sisters and we reanimated some troopers. That seems like a lot of zombies walking around the Star Wars universe. So it wouldn't shock me if they do end up with the troopers being dead, but that's not my personal theory at the moment. Then we get to Thrawn's debut. I love the troopers chanting Thrawn's name. Very cool. And I think they nailed Thrawn's debut. Obviously, I'm a lifelong Thrawn fan since he debuted in Heir to the Empire. My favorite character in Star Wars for a long time. But I think the way they introduced him, if you're a Star Wars fan or just a casual fan, and maybe you're not really into Star Wars too much, and this is your first exposure to Thrawn, I think they did a good job of introducing him. They quickly comes across, all right, this is a different type of Imperial. He's already coming across as very intelligent, very measured, also clearly not a Force user. Obviously, he's coming across as an alien species. I think it's very quickly, all right, if I didn't know who Thrawn was, like, all right, this is a different character than I'm used to when I see Imperials, and I want to learn more. What I'm hopeful in the next couple episodes of this series is they do a good job of portraying his military genius. So I'm hoping, you know, like, quickly he does something go like, oh, this is why Ahsoka and everybody else is so scared of Thrawn getting back, because he is the real deal. You know, like, when people always ask me who my favorite Star Wars character was, and I'd say Thrawn, if they weren't familiar with him, it's like, well, who's Thrawn? I was like, well, just think he's like the Imperial version of like a military genius, like Alexander the Great or Napoleon, with a mixture of like Sherlock Holmes built in there, the way his mind works. It's a very fascinating character, so I'm hoping we get to see that in the rest of this season. Love Sabine kind of exploring the world, first fight with the Marauders, but especially when she meets the little hermit crab species. I love that species design. To me, it felt like a mixture of like the Dark Crystal, Lord of the Rings, the Never-Ending Story, but at the same time still felt in place in a Star Wars show. Love the design. I love the fact that the thing that helps them realize she's connected with Ezra is that she has the rebel signal symbol on her shoulder, and that leads them to basically bring her back to meet Ezra. I'll say I'm not familiar with the actor who's playing Ezra. I've never really seen anything before, but he was amazing this episode. Nailed the character amazing. It felt like the animated character had just came to life and just been aged 10 years. Everything's perfect. The way he talked, his mannerisms, his facial expressions, everything. This was Ezra come to life. So kudos to everybody involved with Star Wars. They nailed the casting, and the actor did an amazing job. But I loved his interaction with Sabine. Their chemistry was right there. He felt like he right back in that episode of the Rebels. I loved his asking, like, did my plan work? And then you see him getting worried for a little second, like, did I do all this and it did not work? And then relief on his face when Sabine tells him, yes, your plan did work. We did win. Now I'm kind of excited, not necessarily excited, but interested to see what his reaction is once he finds out what Sabine did to get to this planet, and basically helped give Thrawn a way back to their galaxy. But like I said, overall, I actually love this episode. I think they set it up really good for the last two episodes of this season. I think also this next episode you're going to see the showdown when Ahsoka arrives. So I think we're going to see a Purrgil / ship space battle, which is going to be amazing. I think you're going to see a battle on the planet with Sabine and Ezra once Thrawn's forces catch up to them. And I think, if I had to predict, I think Thrawn will leave to go back to the Star Wars galaxy in this episode, and in the last episode will be his arrival and possibly battling some New Republic ships. But let me know in the comment section below, what did you think about Far, Far Away? Did you have anything you didn't like? What was your favorite part? Just let me know. Please hit that like button. If you have yet, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate support. Thanks for watching. Again, I apologize for this review being a few days late, but I hope you understand. You know, everybody's got to take a vacation every once in a while. But thanks for watching. See you next time, and may the Force be with you.